Let's talk about managing participants. Really, the main action in your session is going to happen in the participants window. This is really where, as a moderator, you'll become expert at understanding all the visual indicators in the session. First off, you're going to see all of the participants listed. You're going to be able to see if somebody has raised their hand, if somebody's using one of the emoticons. You will see polling feedback, the microphones, and the yellow tells you which microphones are turned on. We'll talk more about that. Video, text chat, application sharing, and finally the whiteboard. So all of these permissions, which the moderator has the ability to give and take away by simply either clicking directly on a permission or clicking on the column headers, the moderator has the ability to take away all the microphones and give them back, take away the whiteboard tools and give them back. So that's one of the things as a moderator you will really learn to practice giving and taking away those permissions. What else happens here is hand raising, so the ability to raise your hand. When you raise your hand, and a number will show up next to your name indicating the order in which you've raised your hand. The emoticons will also display in the hand column. You have the ability to do polling. This is just a yes and no poll, and once again those will be displayed. And the stepped away. If you want to step away from the session, you simply click that button, it grays your name out. Really just kind of indicates that, hey, you stepped away, you're not there for right now. Maybe you had to take a call, you're getting a cup of coffee. When you come back, you click that button again, and then your name will be displayed again in the participant window. One thing that you are also able to do is customize the window. So you could simply click and drag and drop and reorder any of these columns. Okay, so any of the columns, you can drag them and move them around. Now we have put the participant column first, and that's quite by design. For anyone in your session who may be using a screen reader, the person is blind or has low vision and they're using a screen reader, well, by purpose we've put the names first so that that reader can read out all of the names. We also have the ability to sort, so by clicking the little down caret, you're going to see that you could sort by audio and moderators and teleconference. Each individual person in the session can choose how they want to sort, so you can make your own decision about your sorting. And let's say if you raise your hand, those names pop to the top of the list, and as soon as you lower, you're going to have the resorting automatically, so you don't have to do that. Moderator privileges. There will oftentimes be situations where either you have a co-moderator or perhaps you want to make a participant a moderator so that they have the ability to maybe make a presentation in your class. So simply select a participant's name, right-click, and give them moderator privileges. You can do the same thing, select their name, right-click, and take away those moderator privileges. Remember Mac users, if your mouse doesn't have a right-click, that's always a control key. You hit the control key, click, and you'll want to get used to doing that because there are lots of things that you're going to find that you're able to adjust, or tools that you can use that are available right there by that right click. Let's talk about the activity and the status indicators. First, the activity halo, and then the status indicators. The activity halo, this is the yellow. This tells you that these microphones are turned on, that this video webcam is turned on, that this person is typing in the chat, that this individual is application sharing, and that this individual is using the whiteboard tools. So the activity indicators are really powerful tools that let the moderator understand which participant is using which particular tool, and so you really get a good feel for exactly what's happening in your session. The status indicators, you're going to see red and amber lights are going to show up next to audio, whiteboard, application sharing, and live video. So for example, this little amber light next to the microphone lets you know that this participant is a little bit delayed in receiving the audio. This participant has a red light, so they're pretty seriously delayed and are probably about to lose their connection, but don't worry, they will automatically be reconnected to the session. And the amber and red light together just means that that participant's lagging a little bit further behind. The great news is that what Elluminate's going to do is grab the audio, buffer the audio, and then play it back in fast forward. It will make your voice sound a little bit like a chipmunk. It's going to play you back in fast forward, but the participants will always receive your full blast of audio. You never have to repeat yourself. With the whiteboard, it's just giving you an idea. Let's say you just loaded content, loaded a bunch of PowerPoint content or a whiteboard file. This is just letting you know which participants have received that content. Same thing with application sharing. It's just letting you know that this participant's a little bit behind, and so you might want to just pause, wait for that light to disappear. Really powerful indicators and letting you know exactly what the experience your participants are having during the session. Let's talk about polling. In the session, the moderator could go to Tools and Polling and change from the yes, no to any of the multiple choice or pacing. The moderator has a bunch of buttons right up here on the top of the screen, the hide and show, the padlock, and the publish. So hide and show says, I want to let my participants see all the results, or I want to hide the results so that you don't cheat off your neighbor. Lock allows you to lock the polling responses so that they're no longer available and you can't change your answer. And then publish allows you to publish right out onto the whiteboard all the results for discussion. Let's talk about the activity window. Under Window Activity, you have the ability to pop up this activity window. This is a really great tool because it allows you to track each participant's contribution. It also allows screen reader technology to be able to read exactly what's happening in the session so that anybody with low vision or a blind person is able to follow right along. We're going to put the content off of your PowerPoint slides here. We're going to let you know when somebody laughs or somebody raises their hand. We're going to put the chat right there. And we have audible and visual notifications, and this can all be customized, which is really great. So the activity window is a super feature for, once again, if someone is using a screen reader, but also for the moderator, just to have a really more granular, detailed information about exactly what's happening in the session with each individual participant.